of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Flush to his right. And his first look is incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out, for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Fields. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
On 2nd down, Cook. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, That's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The corner blitz plays off. There's a second for a loss of 5. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Right back to him on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. For the Bears at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go and
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
After 1, it's 9-0. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Fields going to keep it running right.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in a position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to throw, Fields.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Davenport. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Second and 5 now. Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Bryan Edwards from 19 yards away. And the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Kenedawagu now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. An update from Buffalo. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A big sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know, all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Wilson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
This is Davenport.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Leeds and Mooney on the slant.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
Now a first down throw. Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
A second down pass play there, but it's...
Intended for incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now Fields.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
Over the middle, Dorsett. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A run with Davenport.
And he's got some space here.
79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Edwards.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Pretty good effort there on 1st down. You know he wanted to get in that end zone.
Oh, he showed it by that dive, trying to reach for the pylon, and now he's going to come back on 2nd down. Don't tap out. Don't take yourself out of the game. Go back to the huddle and say, give it to me again. I've got another dive left in me.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Cook up the gut. They find some open field here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Cook again, and he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Cook following the penalty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another tone for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
On first down, it's Fields.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On first down, Fields.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So the